Hi folks, today we're going to go over the 90s. We're going to skip the bell work, but this is what you need to have out. If you need to pause the video to go and get some stuff, go ahead. But those are the things you're going to need for today. This is on the back of the front cover of your unit pack. It's found in the middle. It is the Sig Fig rules. We're going to use that for solving problems. It talks about the multiplication and division rule. Your answer can have no more significant digits than your piece of data with the fewest digits. So in our examples, here we have 3 significant digits. Here we have 4 significant digits. We get a calculator answer, which is 6. According to this rule, your answer can have no more significant digits than your piece of data with the fewest. The fewest is 3, so we have to have a 3-digit significant digit answer. The division rule is the exact same way. We have 5 digits here. We have 4 digits here. We get a calculator answer that goes forever. How many digits should we have in our answer? We can only have 4 digits in our answer, and that's where we get a 4-digit answer. Also, below that is the addition and subtraction rule, which is a little bit different. The addition and subtraction rule deals with precision. So your answer can be no more precise than your least precise piece of data. So if we look at the example we have here, this number goes to the hundredths, tenths, and thousandths. So if we go back to what we were talking about measuring earlier, 1.6, the 6 is our estimated digit for this number right here. It could be a 7, it could be a 5, depending on who's actually doing the measurement. So we're not even 100% positive of this 6. So when we add all these numbers together, we look at this tenths place 6 right here, and we're not 100% positive of that number. So when we do addition and subtraction, we don't want to pass on a piece of data that's more precise than we're actually sure of. So since this number is our estimated digit, this 6 in the tenths place, that means our answer can only go to the tenths place, so that's 6. So our overall answer is 13.7 in that problem. Our answer shows only the degree of precision that we can use based on the data that we have. Subtraction is the exact same rule. This number goes to the hundredths place, so it means when we finally have our answer can only go to the hundredths place. And we'll do some of that work as we're going through this presentation. These Sig Fig rules are on the back of your periodic table. So right here we have the 2 rules. There's no examples there, but the rules are there for you. And we have the rules for scientific notation in case you forget those. The first thing we need to do is make sure that we know a number of significant digits. So this 3 would have 1 significant digit. Why don't you do these next couple just to make sure that you're on the right page for number of significant digits. This one has 2. This one has 3. Remember that 0 is part of the measurement. That 0 was not there. This could be 3.2. This could be 3.0. But by having that 0 there, it means this is exactly a 1. This is exactly a 3. And in our bottom one, this is 4 significant digits. Identifying the number of significant digits in our data is probably the most important thing in this unit. So again, we went over this rule again a little earlier. So we identify the number of digits. We have 3 digits. We have 4 digits. We're doing multiplication. The rule states that our answer can have no more significant digits in it than our piece of data with the fewest significant digits. So our answer can only have 3 significant digits. So we have to take this calculator answer and round it to 3 significant digits. Division is the same rule. Here we have 5 digits. Here we have 4 digits. We're doing division. Our answer can only have the number of significant digits in it that are a piece of data with the fewest significant digits. So we get this big long calculator answer. The fewest number of significant digits we have is 4. So our answer has to have a 4 significant digit answer. So here we go. Do this on your calculator. Punch this in. Pause the video as need be. And if you pause the video and you do this on your calculator, this is what your calculator actually gives you for an answer. We have 1 significant digit here. We have 2 significant digits here. According to our rule, our answer can only have the number of significant digits as the piece of data with the fewest significant digits. The fewest significant digits is 1, so we have to write 33 with 1 significant digit. We could write 30, or we could write 3 times 10 and to the first centimeters squared. Either way would be fine. Punch this next one into your calculator. I have some examples right here and how you might have to do it depending on your calculator. So find out whatever one works for you. Pause the machine, pause the video, and make sure that you can actually get this on your calculator. If you cannot, you are using your calculator wrong. You need to come in for some assistance or play with it for a little bit of time to make sure you can actually get that answer on your calculator. So I'm assuming you paused the video, used your calculator, and you got this number on your calculator right here. And now we got to apply sig figs to it. So here we have 3 sig figs. Here we have 2 sig figs, and our answer can only have the number of sig figs as our piece of data with the fewest sig figs. So in other words, our answer can only have 2 sig figs. So 2.0, I look at the third sig fig, it's a 4, so it means I round off, times 10 to the 25th centimeters squared. That would be the correct answer with the correct number of sig figs. All right, what I want you to do is I want you to type this into your calculator right here. If you end up getting this on your calculator, you punch it in correctly. If you do not get that, well, I'll give you a couple ideas. So pause it and see what you can get for an answer. If you did not get 1,080 on your calculator, this is what I am guessing you did wrong. You type this in, you hit the divide button, you type this in, and so what you effectively did is took the top number, divided it by this number, and then you multiplied it by 3. So you took this value, and then now you multiplied it by 3, you multiplied it by 2, and you didn't get anything close to 1,080. So my suggestion, typing this into your calculator, type the top number, hit divide, use your parentheses, put 1 parentheses there, do all this work, close the parentheses, and you should get 1,080. All right, so I'm going to make the assumption you got 1,080 on your calculator. I'm going to make that assumption. You got 1,080 on your calculator. Now let's talk about sig figs. 2 sig figs there, 3 sig figs there, 3 sig figs there, 3 sig figs there. So our answer can only have 2 sig figs. So I got to write this number with 2 sig figs. So I can write 1,100, or I can write 1.1 times 10, and I have to go 1, 2, 3 spots, times 10 to the third grams per centimeter cubed. Grams on top, centimeters times centimeters times centimeters gets me centimeters cubed on the bottom. All right, this is the addition rule. We talked a little bit about this earlier. So again, we look at all of our data, and our rule is all about your answer being no more precise than our least precise piece of data. Our least precise piece of data is the 10th place, which means our answer can only go to the 10th place. So we have to correctly round to the 10th place. So I punch these 3 numbers into my calculator, I get this value. Our answer can only go to the 10th place, so we look to the hundredths place. It's greater than a 5, so we round up to 13.7. Again, the reason for this rule is 1.6. The 6 is my estimated digit, which means it could go up to 1.7, could go down to 1.5. If I'm not sure about that 6 in the 10th place, I don't want to pass along data that's more precise than the 10th place in my final answer. The subtraction rule is the same way. This one goes to the hundredths place, this one goes to the thousandths. This is what I get on my calculator. I only want to pass along data that's as precise as I know it is. So if my least precise piece of data is the hundredths place, my answer can only go to the hundredths place. Again, this rule is on the back of your periodic table. So here we go. Punch it into your calculator. You should get this on your calculator, but it's the wrong number of sig figs. This one goes to the hundredths place, and this one goes to the tenths place. So our answer could only go to the tenths place. So 1.0 centimeters would be our overall answer. Try this one on your calculator and see what you think the correct answer is. Pause the video. All right, so look at this one, and the degree of precision on this one really goes far back. But the degree of precision on this one only goes to the tenths, which means our answer can only go to the tenths. So 1.3 centimeters. So I want you to work through the 90s, and I'm going to reveal answers one by one. So do a few problems on the 90s and then play through the video and see how you do on this. So the significant digit rule for addition and subtraction, you could write that right off of your periodic table or the cover of your unit pack. Same thing for multiplication and division. All right, so look at this first problem, and it is a multiplication problem, so it deals with the number of sig figs. This is precision is all about addition and subtraction. So I put these two in my calculator, and I get a calculator answer. Now, we're just trying to see if you can get a ballpark calculator answer. So if we have to look at it and you come into Open Lab or you ask us to come over, we can see what the calculator answer is and then give you quicker help right away. So I write down some of the digits from the calculator answer. I don't have to write it all out. So if your calculator completely unloads, you don't have to go 15, 20 digits. Go, I don't know, 4, 5, 6, something like that. This has 4 significant digits. This has 2 significant digits. So my answer can only have 2 significant digits. Grams times grams gives you grams squared for a label. So how will we correct your homework? 1 point for the correct X, 1 point for the correct answer over here. We will do 0 points for calculator answer, but even though you should still do that. And then if you screw up on the labels, it's 1 point total for labels. So you screw up on one label or you screw up on all of them, it's only going to lose you 1 point grand total for all the labels. The labels are important, but we're just not going to kill you on this assignment. Make sure you pause the video and do each of these problems and then check the answers as you're going along. So this is multiplication. So I put the X in the correct spot. If you put this into your calculator correctly, this is what you in fact get. If I look at this, this is a 2 sig fig number. This is a 3 sig fig number, so I can only have 2 sig figs in my answer. Meters times meters gives you a label of meters squared. This is division. So if you do this correctly, you get this for a calculator answer. I have 2 digits. I have 5 digits. My answer can only have 2 digits. J divided by degree C gives you a label of J divided by degree C. J is joules. If you do this one correctly, this is what you end up getting in your calculator. If you did not get that in your calculator, it's probably because you have to put 1 parentheses there, do all this multiplication, and close the parentheses. In other words, ignore those parentheses there and replace it by a multiplication sign. We give you these problems so you can start to see what textbooks give you, what colleges give you, and how your brain has to think through the problems. So 123, hit my divide button. Now I'm going to go parentheses. I'm going to put 4.567 multiplied by 0.078, close the parentheses. If you do it the way it's set up, and some of you will do that, you'll end up doing this math, and then you'll multiply the whole thing by 0.078. And that's not what you want to do. This problem, type in the top number, hit the division button, put one parentheses there, type this number in, multiplication sign, type this number in, close the parentheses. So in other words, everything on the bottom in one set of parentheses total. If you set it up correctly, this is what you get on your calculator. We have 3 sig figs on the top. We have 5 there. We have 2 there. So our answer can only have 2 sig figs. And I'm looking at this right now, and I'm looking at the answer I have here. So I'd have to go with 3.6 times 10 to the negative 4. Caught a mistake right there. Grams are on top. Milliliters on the bottom. So the label is grams over milliliters squared. This one is all about precision. So our least precise number goes to the ones place, so our answer can only go to the ones place. This one is all about precision. Our least precise number goes to the ones place, so it means our answer must go to the ones place. Our least precise number here goes to the tens place, so our answer must go to the tens place. Our least precise number here goes to the hundredths place, so our answer must go to the hundredths place. Our least precise number here goes to the thousandths place, so our answer must go to the thousandths place. 90.1 is your homework. There are some answers at the bottom that you can check after you've done the problem to see if you're doing it correctly. Some students have a lot of problems with their calculators in this course, so please come in and see us so we can help you correctly put numbers into your calculator. Have a good day. Look forward to seeing you later. Bye.